Hello and welcome back to Thalric Plays Wizard of Legend. From today on out, the randomizer runs are going to look a little bit different. We won't know exactly before we go in it what we're going to get because the game patched in, or the developers of the game patched in a native randomizer basically, so I'm no longer reliant on external tools or the like, so we are just going to use Nocturne the cardist here to randomize our build for just 10 gems. I mean, we're definitely going to be able to afford that, of course. So I've done a test run on this, and it randomizes it once you enter. So before the run, everything looks the same, and then we go in and it randomizes everything. It shows your starting relic real quick. We've got the Mercury Sandal, so we're just faster. We've got our Red Rope. I'm not quite sure what that one does. For our Arcana, we've got a Wind Slash, Toxic Trap, Shock Assault, and Shattering Strike. I'm not sure we've had Shattering Strike before, but it's also a pretty good Q ability, I believe. And obviously we do like the Shock Assault. I don't think it falls under my basic I don't like this as a right-click Arcana point, though. Oh boy, that was a bad start. Because it does give us an instant way to attack people. It does have some other drawbacks, like placing us back where we started, so if somebody decides to shoot at us or the like from further back, and we don't intercept them, they will still shoot there, and we might get caught in the crossfire afterwards, possibly. Either way, we are going to see how that works out, and I'm trying to readjust my microphone arm here, so that, for example, if the shuriken was still around at that point, it would have caught us off guard and hit us, because there's no way for me to evade that once I get placed back. So right now I'm not really overwhelmed with the amount of damage we're dealing yet, but let's see how that's gonna continue, basically. Yeah, this is not going really well. We've already lost over 100 HP, well, just by a little bit, but still. My statement wasn't wrong there or anything. I don't know. The starting relic... Oh boy, missed. That's even worse. The starting relic is also not the best. I think I do like the Mercury Sandals. I think they're fine. They give me more movement speed, which I usually like to have, or what I usually like to have. But still, all things considering right now, I'm not sure it's quite what we're looking for. Oh boy. So I also think I maybe started this off wrong. We probably want to start with our Q first and then go in with a safer right click. So stun them via the Shattering Strike first and then go into just hit them with our Shock Assault. Something of that matter. Really? We got hit there? Well, bummer I guess, but it's fine. At least for now. It's nothing we cannot come back from, so we are not really that concerned. Also, there's a shop down there. We haven't gone there yet. Ooh. Yes, please. And I also think yes, please. So, Glove of Midas. I used that one when I was training in the game before I started recording a bunch, just so that I always had enough gold to buy stuff. And it works out pretty well. So picking that up on the very first stage seems reasonable. It should pay for itself in the long run, and obviously the vampire eyeglasses are... Oh boy. I tried to get past him before that got into effect. Wow, I'm taking too much damage. Which obviously didn't quite work out. So the vampire eyeglasses could be good, of course, if we can get some sort of crit chance, or I'm not sure if the red cloak already gives us crit chance, maybe. We're gonna have to pay attention to that. If not, it's still gonna be useful for us in later stages when I am able to hopefully get some crit chance so that we can heal out of all of this. Let's see, we're at 385 health right now. Am I going to be able to build that up? Flare Rush Dash is fine, but I'd rather keep the Toxic Trap. Still have stuff going on up there, so let's... Well, we can also walk from down here. I guess it doesn't matter too much. Just check out these two areas. There is going to be at least one fight there, possibly two. Either way, I'm not against doing that. Oh yeah, and we're headed to Pinata. Ooh. Can we kill the Pinata? I'm gonna see about that. I don't think so. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's very likely. Maybe if we can get the poison in there as well. it could work out in our favor, but right now I think we're gonna try to kill the boss first, see if we maybe get an Arcana drop, and then we're gonna try again. But maybe if he's in a corner right now, might as well. Oh, and then I miss with that one. Sure. Let's go fight the boss. We get a strafe archer. Really, I right-clicked and he intercepted. He hit me before we got that, and I still got on cooldown, unfortunately. So, oh, that is kind of bad. Die, please. So I would have loved to get this version for the, or get the Empowered Arcana for our Pinata, but unfortunately he was way too high in HP still, so I don't think it would have worked. Come on, please. Nope. Yeah, our damage, our speed is just too low. Can I get something that would change that? Not really, so we're gonna leave it. Unfortunately, I don't like it. It's one thing we're missing out on. Getting the Pinata would have been awesome here. Let's just continue and hope that we're gonna be able to do better here. Especially the rogues right now, I need to be careful against. What the... Really, I hate that so much. What's going on right now? Why am I doing so badly? Could we please stop that nonsense? Apparently it's not working out quite as well as I anticipated it to work out, but let's just... Oh boy, big room. Big room with lots of enemies right now. I'm not happy about that. Thank you so much. That's better. We've got the mage who falls into the pit instantly though, so at least we've got that going for us. And, okay. Use some healing here. Get it though? Oh, what the... Oh, come on. So I was so happy that that was worked, and then I decided to back off a bit again so that I don't fall in, and that pushed me in and got me hit. You all saw what happened, but that was the worst way that could have happened, honestly. And I'm a little bit mad at myself that I moved exactly in that manner that it happened. Ah, that's so unfortunate. See, I hit the right click again, but if I'm just too close to the enemies, I instantly get interrupted out of it. It's so bad. I don't like how that works out, so I'm still struggling with our right click there. I thought it would do a lot better, but the activation time it takes to start off is just causing me some trouble here that I didn't really anticipate prior to that. There we go. Better, much better. Let's see if we can maybe get into a... Seriously? Into another room without dying too much. Yeah, I'm really playing so bad right now. It's not going well. Thank you. Let's see. How do we come back from this? Well, first and foremost, stop taking stupid damage. That is kind of a given. Also, do not miss with your very long cooldown attacks, because obviously that's not going to help you either. Kinda need the damage, don't you there, buddy? Lotus Frost Stone could be awesome. I wouldn't be against that, so I think I want to pick that up, but we do need to see what our relic shop is first before I can really go for that. Also, where does that shield come from? Am I... Oh, yeah, okay. Ring of Recycling. We didn't use our signature Arcana, so we got a shield instead of it. See, this time around, I'm not gonna do that mistake or make that mistake again. I am also interested in probably selling the Ring of Recycling, though. It's okay. Ooh, the shield blocked the damage there. But it's very rarely that I'm in a position where we are gonna be able to get that shield, and I think I'd rather have the gold, to be honest. Could we just please find the shop now? That would be very much appreciated. This going so far so good. And yeah, that shouldn't almost do it now. Come on, really? I mean, the normal knights shouldn't be too big of a problem. They're the basic enemies that we can always deal with. Stone. Nothing really that we do want here, so we can... I am gonna sell the Ring of Recycling. Don't really need that. With the Dagger of Midas, maybe we didn't need to sell it, but it might be our only chance to sell it as well, so yeah, we're gonna go for that. And then we buy the Lotus Frost Stone and move on. So we get a Burst Mage. Ooh, how I dislike that. Could I just please not be the worst person ever? Holy crap, that's so bad. That should deal quite a bit of damage though, and with this in there, there we go. So, we got hit way too much. Once we get our Arcana empowered, our damage spikes quite significantly, at least for a short time. Which does incentivize to use it as well, of course, but yeah, we're just not in the best position here. I mean, we're not in a bad one yet, because we're still okay-ish in our health, but overall, I'd still love to make less mistakes if the game would let me. Decent start against Zeal here. Not too bad, especially if we can really go in at her, because she's only going in for 3 attacks. It's pretty easy to get that as long as she doesn't go for this one, which is obviously the one she always gets at. Come on, don't get hit. Okay, we missed the window. I missed with my Q as well. It's bad. And number 3 is hopefully, yep, the Fireball, so this should be much better. And that should do it. Almost. Nope, what? Did I miss with one, or did it just not do enough damage? I'm not 100% sure there. Either way, just took us a moment longer. And I think we healed for a little bit, so we might have a little bit of crit chance, but probably not too high. We get the Bouncing Surge. That's lovely. Especially enhanced. Do we get Freya second or last? We get her last. So the lightning abilities, 2 of which we have enhanced now, are going to be very helpful. Especially on Atlas right now, they are weaker though, so I'm not sure how well we're going to perform here. So I'm going to have to be very, very careful with what we do here, especially against the knights that I hate with a burning passion, because they've got so many abilities that I loathe. Oh, so much. They are highly annoying. Okay, the Surge seems to be pretty awesome though. Yeah, that worked well. That room down there worries me a bit. Ah, crap, I missed. You stay behind the statue. Use line of sight to our advantage, and I instantly walk out, but we kinda needed to. If you just... Okay. They might have also fixed that you can easily fall down into the pits when you use the Shock Assault from the edge. It tended to drop you in there. I'm not sure if maybe my spacing is a little bit better than it used to, or that they actually did end up fixing this. I really don't know. Also, could you guys stop? I do not like you. Also, why are there still so many alive? Is it because of the low damage out of the earth? Might be. Because I thought we got some solid hits in there, but apparently it wasn't. Oh boy. Quite enough. But yeah, right now I can't get into an encounter without taking damage for some reason. Breaker, sure. Yeah, that did nothing, obviously. The Aqua Breaker should have some knockback though, shouldn't it? I see nothing. That's terrifying. Could we please stop taking damage? Yeah, I'm having some issues right now. I think our Arcana selection is actually fairly decent, but outside of that, let's do this. With the Shock Assault, that's horrible. We get the Starbolt instead. That better? Doubtful. But it's at least long range, which could be okay for us. Outside of that though, I am not too happy with how that worked out. I was hoping it was going to take something different, but I mean, that's the risk we take. This run is already struggling, so I thought, hey, maybe we're going to get something that is going to give me an advantage. Especially considering that we are right now on the floor where electricity attacks are the weakest, and as much as I would like to plan long term, surviving the short-term scenario is also just something we have to kind of do. Ooh. I think we are. Whirling wind agents seems decent. We don't have an item that increases their strength in any way, but they're already good, and I think we're gonna get a lot of value out of those. I think they're together with the shockline agents. I think right now, and maybe the rapid fire agent as well. They might be among my favorite ones right now overall. Everything that we do have. Ooh, I lost complete sight of my character there. Luckily, we ended up being fine there. Oh boy, please. Those out there again, and let's see. Now we're in a much safer position. Yeah, maybe these weren't as bad as I thought they would be in the beginning, mostly because it allows me to stay further away. They're a little bit more controlled, and they don't have the drawbacks that the Shock Assault have that I pointed out earlier already. And I tend to go in very aggressively with the Shock Assault, which maybe is a failing of mine in that with that one as well. Possibly shouldn't do that. Yeah, and the controlled hit there doesn't actually seem to be horrible. So let's just go in on him right now. And yeah, I've got a lot of ones that I have to aim with. It has perks and drawbacks right now, but it also obviously forces me to learn how to aim a lot better, and it seems to be working right now. But the wind agents are carrying us pretty decently as well here. I mean, they also probably deal less damage, I think, against earth damage, since I assume they count as lightning. Or no, oh no, actually they're air, so they're good against earth. I actually picked up a good thing there. Whoops. So I'm confused. Yep, they're air. They're not electricity, obviously. I'm not quite sure why my brain came to that conclusion, but let's not dwell on that too much. Good thing is they also focus, or they end up targeting the agents quite a bit, which is good for us, of course. Ooh, okay, dash from here, there, and we'll just move back into the middle and walk back up there. Okay, summon our agents, please. And it chains pretty well. The what's it called again? The bouncing search. Well, apparently it deserves the name because it does bounce from enemy to enemy. But what I was trying to point out is that the area that it does bounce over, basically, is pretty large. So I thought maybe it wouldn't bounce over because the enemy was too far away. But it seems to be working really well right now. There we go. Yeah, I'm getting more comfortable in all of this right now, since we now have multiple tools to shock them, push them around, incapacitate them in any way possible. I like that quite a bit. There, just nuke them. Those thrown out there. Might also have to do with the fact that I think we've seen the Earth Knights very little right now. Ooh, please. Thank you so much. Okay. So I was very worried we were going to get hit by all those things targeting us, the purple shots, but luckily we made it out of that one without that happening. But it was close. So, the wind agents. I love you so much. They are really, really nice. Perfect Storm is cool, but I don't think so. I'd love an upgrade of our basic Wind Slash. If we could get that, possibly. I'd really appreciate it. Let's finish up exploring this area first. Yeah, it's just a teensy bit there, obviously, but you never know what you might end up finding. Could be a health drop or similar that we would obviously like to have. Really? Okay. Apparently we were a little bit too fast there and he wasn't quite there yet. And there we go. So all the shocking. I actually think I dislike the Starbolt more than it has any right to. It seems to be doing a pretty decent job for us right now. Oh, that was a whiff. Fortunately. With all the with the shocking and the little bit of knockback that it has going on, it seems to be pretty good. I want the critical placebos. We're on 2-2. Is this worth it still? I think we're not gonna go for her. It could lose us our right click or E right now, or our R. It would be perfect, it would take the water Arcana, but we can't guarantee that. So I missed. So I don't think we're gonna risk that here. Right now I'm comfortable with the Arcana selection that we do have, and I'm getting better at executing every room. So I think we wanna just... that. Wait, wasn't this one for Arcana? I think so. Increase the number of summoned agents, which is fine for this. And then we're also going to pick up the igniting sprite because we don't have one yet. Increase our damage further and then move on. So now we've got 4 with lowered health. I'm not sure how big of a problem that is going to be for us, honestly. So we just need to wait him out right now. I've got no reason to go aggressively there. Come on, give me... Okay, it's taking a bit longer than anticipated. Oh, what? He got stunned right away again. Cool. That's helpful. So he's toast. Yeah. Having 4 of these is even better. It's so good. Let's move on and see what this will do with Atlas. I mean, against Atlas, it's obviously not quite as efficient since he's just one and not multiple enemies on the screen. But they can all focus on him in that case and it should still be good. So I'm not against it. Yeah, you're very punny. 1, 2. Oh yeah, I deserve that one. 3, 4. So damage seems pretty solid, but I made some dumb movement mistakes which caused us to take some unnecessary damage. So let's see about this. We probably need one more phase, I guess. More or less. Can I? Yeah, okay, we could sneak one of those in there. Oh boy. Everything's fine. He goes in for this one as expected. That's something we didn't see coming. And let's see if we can get him killed now. Yeah, no worries. Really solid Atlas fight. First phase, or first cycle, he got some unfortunate hits in there, but that was my mistake. And now we are just wrecking this. So... Electric orb that fires a continuous lightning stream at the first enemy it strikes. Would that be better? Lightning stream pushes enemies back twice as far. I'm gonna try it out as our right click right now. I'm not sure it's gonna stay there though. I might switch back. But it's... right now it's just going for the electricity stuff, basically. That is gonna be our biggest advantage on the floor here, but we just switched one electric attack for another, so it's not like we are missing a lot here, but I am gonna keep the wind agents around, of course. That's not gonna change. Let's get our portals set up right away. Go. So I missed the furniture there, which obviously meant we didn't deal any damage. So I think we're gonna switch that back again right now. I'd rather have the multiple usages out of the other attack. Although this is obviously pretty nice. For the boss fight, we probably want to switch it. Also, yeah, I've got no range with that, so why would I do that? So you see, once it hits an enemy, it seems pretty solid. But outside of that, let's stick with the Starbolt. Right now it gives me more ways to attack enemies since it's got 3 usages. It's not as high in damage, but the damage is not the issue. We need to keep the control, and if I miss with that one attack, it's worse. Oh, that's so good. Give me something to wreck with this place. What? Oh, he dashed away and... what? Did he let me run into a frost feint? Something like that? I got frozen, though, when I was trying to hit him, for some reason. Yep, all the knockback in the world is pretty awesome here. Okay, now this is off cooldown again, so we can go in for those. I hate this room. As per usual. Where's the second one? Oh, he's already down. So if I'm fast enough, I can just throw in the bouncing... oh boy. Nope. Not the ice. I can just throw in the bouncing surge and completely interrupt them. And that way I can go in and start attacking them easier. But it depends on me executing that quickly enough and not missing with the attack as well, which can be a bit of an issue. And also them not just being generally too fast for me to catch them in that attack, which could obviously also happen. With you guys, please. Sometimes the wind agents can leave the situation a little bit unpredictable, but overall they are just still extremely strong. I also summoned them a bit too early there, I believe, but that's fine. And by now, I think I'm much better at dealing with this room. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for the surge to come back. I'm gonna stay away from the archer back there for a bit, at least. Yeah, let's throw that in there. Now we can go over, I think. No, what? Really? Okay, so I should have just played it safe. Kill everything in the middle before we go for the archer. I thought now I could get there, but something pushed me back and caused me to not get that the way I wanted it to. Also, did not manage to dash in time to evade damage from the Lancer, but he should be almost dead. There we go. See, this is when we miss, unfortunately. That didn't quite work out, and then we missed with our right click as well. 3 times in a row, actually. Didn't matter too much since everything died and we didn't take damage, but nah, not happy. Some thing really here that I want. The greased boots could be okay, I think, but we want to check our Arcana shop first. It would be awesome if we could get a toxic trap dash upgrade or our basic Arcana upgrade. Ideally, I'd love both, obviously, and right now we have the gold and the health to go for our upgrade in this area as well, but who knows? Oh, thank you. We get the Wind Slash. Basic upgrade gives us more range, more width with it, so Final Slash creates a piercing wind that negates projectiles as well, so all of that is just pretty awesome. But it leaves us with 49 gold, so I can't buy any more health. Leaves me a bit scared, but we'll see. And the Crash Knight does not make me feel any more comfortable with the entire situation here. All I need to do is just wreck it. And right now I've got the range for a change to interrupt him out of his short area where he's vulnerable, basically. And we've got the agents as well, which help in that area, and now he's dead. Okay, really solid Crash Knight fight. I'm happy with that, considering how he sometimes ends up wrecking me. I think this is fine. We're not gonna get this. We've got enough HP, and I'd rather have the gold for the next floor, where we get our last chance to buy anything useful, and it might just be more important than getting health. So, one thing, the new randomizer does, though, it could mean that we get pride runs, so 1 HP. I might try to make them work. Maybe. I won't make any promises on that area yet, though, but yeah. We'll see. So I just picked up Blast Cannon, which doubles our damage? No, it increases our damage, but lowers our health, so obviously scary, but increased damage as per usual is something I generally like, and I think with our remaining HP, which is 376 at least, it's not just 300, it's a little bit more, I feel okay with that. Right now, probably Armor of Resolve would be what we end up getting here, but if we get the Toxic Trap Dash, or we need to heal, ultimately it could just be more important. And over here, is the Lancer still alive? No, he died somewhere in the mix. And we're just gonna stay away from the cluster truck, well, for the most part. That is hundreds and hundreds of blobs, so that we're not gonna take any dumb damage. And we do have a definite crit chance by now. I was tempted by the Crimson Clover as well for that exact reason, because it would have allowed us to heal out of our crits. But we were fine regardless, and I think our increased damage is very noticeable. Bruce, go by quicker. Oh my god. Didn't register my E-click there for some reason, which is not good. Could you guys please die? The good thing is the radius is very, very large. It extends behind me, so even if they come in behind me, we do not take damage there. But yeah, that was very, very lucky that that worked out the way it did. And we whiffed there. I hit one of the pillars with our bouncing surge. Okay, we've got the Ice Warriors. Also sometimes a bit of an issue for me, so let's be safe. Let's be careful. Could I please get a room where I can use my Q before it goes away? Yes. Pretty decent start for that room. Let's see. Just look at this. Since we've got 4 of those because of the pop-up primer, it's just so strong overall. I need to summon them though, please. Oh, I got interrupted out of the summoning. That's bad. And then I dash into that, which is worse. But let's try to not die here, shall we? Or take any further damage. We came back from it. It's okay. We got our boss room. What are we missing? We're missing our Arcana shop, which is most likely up here or down there somewhere. Obviously, it could be over here. Let's see. Just a dead end. Also a dead end, so way to prove me wrong. Let's see if we're gonna find it at the end or if it's gonna end up being over here. Is that everything? No, there's definitely gonna be more, yeah. Okay, we've got an Ice Mage that is not doing things that I endorse, so could you please stop with that? And we've got a sort of... Oh boy, nope. Summon our agents again. Throw out the stun. Get the ranged guy first. I don't like the ballistic shots that end up hitting me and freezing me if we're not careful. He throws out so many of those, and we do get the Toxic Trap at the end. It's not as useful as if we had picked it up a lot earlier, but I'm still okay with getting the poison damage here, and we can still get the Armor of Resolve. We don't need to buy health right now. And we're just gonna have to wait and see how things are going to finish up on this floor. Let's get the Lancer real quick. Bye. Maybe we should have just saved this one, started the boss fight instantly and got this out of the way, because if I run into a Burst Mage now, I'm going to be very, very annoyed with myself. But that's the risk we took. So let's see what it's going to be. Probably the teleporter from down here. That seems to be the fastest way. Always trying to calculate in stuff like dashes as well, which take us out of max. Okay, it's a Fleet Lancer. That's perfectly fine. That really is just the nicest boss we probably could have gotten here. As long as I don't screw up royally, it really is just so easy. Oh, yep. And then I do stuff like this. So case in point. I assumed I was gonna get him with my Q, so I didn't bother moving, but he just interrupted me out of it after the first hit, and that's pretty bad. We're still gonna get... I forgot to buy the armor. Whoops. So that we're still gonna get enough healing, so I don't need to buy any, and then I also forget to buy the Armor of Resolve, so that's pretty horrible. But let's see what Freya can do to us. Possibly too much. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was a bad one. 4, 5. Okay, there we go. So our damage is pretty awesome. 2, 3, 4, and the big one. So, can we get her extremely quickly? No, not quite. I tried to force it again. I need to stop at 3, 4, and number 5. That's very, very nice. So, there we go. Unnecessary damage yet again, as we know by now, but at least it was a successful fight against her. Do I want this one? Not really. I really like the combination that we have right now, so we're just gonna leave that and try to kill Sura now, because it's better. We are at full HP ultimately, so it doesn't matter too much. We're still missing the one relic that I would have ended up buying, but well, what can you do? So let's see what he throws out as a first attack. That one, that's fine. Unfortunately, he got that attack out even though we were able to to break the shield in time. The good thing is the bouncing search should take care of these guys very, very quickly. And then we've got 4 wind agents as well, which are basically the next best thing in that regard. I think as long as I don't get greedy again against Sura, we've got a win on our hands here. A very good one as well. Let's throw out these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's the big one. Oh, that's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, wow. That was quite the reach, wasn't it? But I've got reach as well, so we can always interrupt him like that. Let's pick up the last health because he didn't end up hitting us. That wind attack had way more reach than I thought it would. It's number 4, I believe. Number 5. No, oh, no lag here either. That's good. That's good that that's not a permanent fixture right now for us. So maybe they fixed something, or it was just an issue that my PC had. Either way, I'm happy that it's gone now. And, oh wow, really again? We're just gonna kill him now though either, so we get our win. There we go. That's better, isn't it? So we win our first randomizer run with the internal randomizer, and with the really horrible start that I had gameplay-wise there. I'm happy that I was able to make this work in the end. I like the glass cannon pickup, as per usual, especially since we had more than 300 HP. This seems pretty good. And especially in the late game when I'm already comfortable with my Arcana, it just seems like the smart choice, as we usually are able to not take too much damage as long as I don't whiff completely and just die for stupid reasons. And it was, yes, we had less max HP, but the more damage is just, it makes up for it. It's not like we had that scenario, or we have that scenario where we pick up a cursed relic that also increases enemy damage. We didn't have one of those this time around, so everything's fine. We win, and that's what I like to see. And let's see. Go check out what we started with again. Which is this cloak. We also got the upgrade there. The more speed wasn't as noticeable, but that might be okay because it just meant I didn't notice a lack of speed, which is sometimes something that I end up noticing. So yeah, I think it might still have been good. And obviously, as always, the agents are just so good. And the bouncing search, surprisingly good as well as this one. The Star Bolt? Bolt Star? Whatever it was called, I already forgot again. Very low on relics today. Very low. But we had a good selection overall, I think. So I'm not against anything in that area. I mean, why would I be? We won. So that is today's Wizard of Legend run. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like and a comment. And if you want to see me play more Wizard of Legend, just stick around. And as always, thanks for watching. I hope that you will tune in next time and have a nice day. Bye-bye.